Hi, I'm Rodney.
And I'm Jeff. We're students enrolled in the HVAC program at Hvac in Marion, Indiana.
Today our class will be demonstrating the charging of a residential AC split system using superheat and subcooling.
A properly charged system not only cools better, but it will also be energy efficient. Let's get started.
Doug will now remove the panels to gain access to our indoor system. He's working on a 10 kW electric furnace. Doug realizes without proper airflow over the indoor and outdoor coils, refrigerant pressures will be inaccurate. He first checks the filter and the blower wheel on the indoor air handler. Other factors that affect indoor airflow are poor duct design and dirty indoor coils. Doug is also determining what type of metering device is present and the refrigerant type used in this system. He sees a thermostatic expansion valve, TXV, so we know we must use a subcooling method when charging this unit, which uses 410A refrigerant. Bob has checked the outdoor coil for dirt and debris. With proper airflow verified, Bob is now connecting our gauges and meters. Most newer units using a TXV metering device have the proper subcooling value listed in manufacturer's literature. Bob finds the required subcooling for this unit is 10 degrees. With gauges and the meters in place, Bob starts the unit. Note that Bob puts the temperature gauge on the liquid line, which is the smaller of the two near the gauge port. Now that the unit has ran for at least 5 minutes and the temperatures and pressures have stabilized, Jess is now testing subcooling. This starts with checking the head pressure on the gauge designed for 410A, converting the pressure of 250 psi to a temperature of 85 degrees. Note that the temperature reading for 410A will be the pink strip. Remember, when testing subcooling or superheat, we compare temperature to temperature, not temperature to pressure. Jess sees a difference of 10 degrees between our gauge temperature and our line temperature, which matches the recommended subcooling. Some evaporators are equipped with fixed metering devices, such as this piston type. If the coil is equipped with a fixed metering device, we would check superheat. Checking superheat is done by Dave placing our temperature gauge on the larger line and converting the suction pressure of 111 psi into a temperature of 38 degrees. Dave sees a difference of 21 degrees between our gauge temperature and our line temperature, which results in a 21 degree superheat. After testing superheat or subcooling, an additional test would be to test temperature drop across the indoor coil. This unit is an upflow model, so the return pulls through the bottom and the supply air exits the top. This test is done by measuring a return air temperature and the supply air temperature and subtracting the two. Mark looks for a 16 to 20 degree temperature drop. Now that we've checked our charge and our pressures are correct, we know that this unit is properly charged. However, after you have verified the airflow, if the superheat is too high or the subcooling is too low, you would need to add refrigerant. On the other hand, if superheat is too low or your subcooling is too high, your system would be overcharged.
Our class has decided to make a video to help service technicians who are just getting started on the job. We hope that this video has assisted you and answered any questions that you may have had regarding superheat and subcooling. from Ivy Tech in Marion, Indiana, we thank you for your attention.